Hello, hello, hi, folks. Welcome. Happy Thursday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Welcome. Good to see you. Dahlia, what? How are you? Welcome. You are new to my lives, so welcome. Good to see you. As you're joining me live, let me know you're here. Elham June, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. I have an interesting one for you. I haven't done a study live for a while. So for those of you who are new, Jenny, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Dahlia, since you're new, I'll give you just a quick snapshot. I've been doing lives for since January 1st, 2019, every night in a row. That's a whole other 3 lives. But so we are here today. I haven't done a study for a long time, and I found this study so cool, especially in the times that we are in now. I don't remember what I titled the live. That's the problem. I title it and I don't remember what I titled it. But it had something to do with social conformity. Now, social conformity, it's easy to talk about, okay, when you're talking about it. But let me ask you a question. I actually have a little sum here. If I showed you these two, can you see them? Yeah. If I showed you these two, you would most likely agree. Can you see? Yeah. You would most likely agree that this line here on the right matches number C on this side, right? If you say yes in the comments. I can tell you all about anxiety and stuff going on with life, so I can definitely help with that. Especially because I stutter, so I did it as a challenge for myself. So that's I'll tell you the story. But yeah, so if you were to look at these 2 lines, you would say that this one is matching with number C over here, right? Okay, actually it's number C. Elham is number C. This one is, what number is that? Is C, matches with this. So, but let me ask you a question. If you knew that was the answer, let's just go with that. Let's say you agree with me and that is the answer. If you were in a crowd and everybody else gave a different answer, everyone else, would you change your mind? Brad, what's going on? He's all like, okay, see. There was a study done back in the 50s by a guy named Solomon Asch, okay? And this was a test on social conformity. So he had a bunch of people in the room. He showed them this, and everyone in the room were actors and actresses except for the one doing the study, obviously. So the guy, hey Sandra, how are you? Welcome. Good to see you. Welcome. So everybody in the room is an actor, actress, except for the guy doing the study. And what they found is very interesting, that the person would actually choose the correct answer at first. But when it came to everybody else giving their answer and being the opposite, not this one, anything else but, they found that this person towards the end, when they go around and double check, they found that the person most of the time changes his or her mind. Amazing. And that tells you that social conformity is a real thing. I'm sorry, I just got a message on my screen. I usually go do not disturb. I forgot, and I read the message. So social conformity is a real thing, and here's the reason why. How many times have you been in a crowd? Okay, now see, right now it's very different because you're probably sitting at home or at work or on your way to somewhere, and you're most likely alone, and you're not in that environment. Hey George, how are you? Welcome, welcome. And you're probably not in that environment, so you got to put yourself in that environment. Okay, so you got to pick yourself up and actually put yourself in that environment where you're around a bunch of people. You give one answer, you feel like it's pretty correct. Everybody else gives a different answer, and now you're doubting yourself. How many times have you been in that situation? I know I have. I know I have. I definitely have, and I've had to like scratch my head just like that, and I'd be like, and I have to review my information maybe once or twice and just make sure that I made a mistake or didn't or what have you, right? Why? Just because my maybe confidence was shaken, just because everybody else disagreed, right? I'll give you an example. I'm reading a book. Man, the name, it's not a common name. It's an audiobook, and I'm almost done with this book. And I'm going to do a whole live on this, but it actually kind of goes along with this. And he said something that I just was like, what? He said, okay, let's say there's some people that say, you know what, I don't like the sun. I don't like the sun. I just don't like the sun. I just like cloudy and the moon, and I don't like the sun. Okay. What happens to the sun? Let's say it's more than one person that says, I don't like the sun. Let's say it's 10 people. Let's say it's 1,000 people that say, I don't like the sun. What happens to the sun? Nothing. Sun still shows up, still shines, and still goes away, regardless of how many thousands people say, I don't like the sun. Here's another thing. Once any of those people say, I kind of like the sun now, guess what happens to the sun? Nothing. Still does the same thing. Shows up, does his thing, and goes away. And repeats itself again. So regardless of what happens, who says what, there's no social conformity there. It's just very solid and postured in its what? Position. And sometimes we are not so solid about our positions, are we? Sometimes it's not as simple as a single line. Sometimes it's our MVPs, right? Morals, values, principles. Sometimes those are shaken. Sometimes you believe in something and then everyone around you doesn't. Sounds familiar? And you're like, I wonder if I'm doing the right thing. Am I choosing the right choice? Am I? Maybe it is B. Right? How many times have we done that in our lives? How many times maybe we've started a business, a network marketing business. I used to be afraid to say those words. A network marketing business, and our significant others, our neighbor, our mom, our dad, our uncles, aunts, cousins, whoever, turns around and says, what? What are you doing? What? And then what happens to us? We sit there, we're like, yeah, I was so wrong. It is choice B. Isn't that what happens? I think so. I think social conformity is a dangerous thing. It can be, and it can be used as positive too, because you could put yourself in an environment where when you're picking the right decision, when you're going with the right decision, there's what? Support behind you. There's people who believe in that mission, in that cause, in that journey. And then when there's a few of you that say, oh, you know what, there's a few of you in the room that say, no, it's C. It's C. Go get a, ruler. Let's see. I drew them perfectly, man. I'm telling you. I'm a Virgo. Right? So how many times do we do that? How many times do we do that? How many times we let that happen? It doesn't have to be in this regard, right? But we can take ourselves from that environment and put ourselves in an environment where there's support, where there's people who are pouring love on you, not hate, are not making you doubt yourself. This is exactly what that is. People making you doubt your decisions. People making you think twice about what you chose. And people even making you change your mind and say, you know what? It wasn't C. We do that. Somebody gets on a fad diet, everybody's on it. Now, your friend could have a business and could sell amazing weight loss products, but you would think it's a gimmick. But then you see a fad diet somebody else is doing, you're on it. Social conformity. Right? So I'm asking you to be aware and watch out for that. You've heard me say this before. If you're a vet to my lives, if you're not, welcome first. And so and that I always say, the only thing that goes with the flow is a dead fish. Who wants to be a dead fish? Who wants to go with the flow? The only thing that goes with the flow is all the junk and the trash and the dead fish. It's all goes with the flow. Nothing alive goes with the flow. So be aware of when you are pressured to doubt your decisions, your calls, your MVPs, your morals, your values, your principles. Those are the main things. And be aware of those things and just really be solid in your foundation. If there's a belief that you have, if there's something you believe in, be solid about it, postured about it. There's a big difference between, I was going to go there, but I'm not. There's a big difference between being postured and being stubborn. Okay, I'll do a live on that, but there's a big difference between the two. But you want to be postured in what you believe. That means when you pick the right choice, you make the decision. A few actors and actresses won't make the difference. So with that, I hope you guys get some love, some inspiration, some value from this. I appreciate you guys. Drop your thoughts, your comments, your feedback below. Let this feed grow. Hey, if you're new to my lives, welcome. I appreciate you. Hopefully you come back. Why wouldn't you? And with that, if you feel like this was worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love. Tag a couple people. and share it on your wall. I appreciate you guys. And with that, I am Sean Azimi with SideGigSean.com, where I help you look, start, and grow your side business. Signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again. Much love.